So you're going mad hard on YouTube. You're grinding, you're being consistent, you're posting every single day. But it can be hard. Like this could be difficult where you're editing, you're creating and stuff like that. You know, growing an audience is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was starting out, I was growing my first like 100 subscribers. It felt like I was climbing a mountain. Like it was almost like it was impossible, you know. And it can really kill your morale. It kind of make you feel like it's not possible. But I'm telling y'all, it's doable. You know what I'm saying? In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can keep pushing as a small creator, and you're not crazy. Being a smaller content creator is harder than anything else. So I'm going to jump into it. So one thing that I would say is connecting with others, right? Let's say other creators, other people in the space, because you just never know that they may be fighting the same battles, or they can give you advice or also improve your perspective on everything and kind of boost your morale. You know what I'm saying? Connect with like other people and ask for feedback and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Constructive feedback is a gift, man. And I think doing that has helped me tremendously. 'Cause sometimes, you're not really in that space. Maybe stuff in your life is life and things are going on. So connect with someone can definitely help when it comes to that. And I think, a lot of us, um, you know, compare ourselves to like larger creators. Like for instance, like you're on YouTube and you post a video and you kind of go through, you after you're done with YouTube, maybe you're consuming some content and you look and you're like, damn, your boy, your boy is actually somebody else is doing, 1,000, 10,000, you know what I'm saying? And it could be, it could kill your morale. It could be tough to it's a tough pill to swallow to be like, yo, wow, this guy's or this girl's doing this and I just posted a video and I can't even get a view. And that could be tough, but be consistent, right? Be consistent, change your thumbnails, change your approach, change your where you film, try something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you had a passion project or some type of like, think of it as a painting, a work of art. You could just do it your own way, right? It doesn't have to always be the same thing over and over, right? So consider that. Comparing yourself to others, let that go, because that is the first stop to having you completely, feel like this is harder than it has to be. And I'm gonna tell you, focus. My advice, right? My advice. Hear me out. Focus on what the reason why you got on YouTube, the reason why you wanted to create content. Like go back to the beginning and ask what is your why around creating content. And then once you do that, then double down on what you're doing and maybe change the way you're doing things. You know what I'm saying? Focus on your own unique voice and perspective is what I'm saying. Focus on that. You know what I'm saying? That can be the pick me up that you need. Because at one point I was focusing on editing, right? I was like, edit, I gotta edit. And then it was taking so much of my time. And then it started to, there's nothing wrong with editing, right? But then it started to feel like a chore more than an actual like hobby. You know what I'm saying? So when I decided to go back, I connected with someone and they gave me great advice around just, you know what, if that's the case, you don't like editing, don't edit. And then I started to realize like, wow, if I don't edit, I could just, focus on just talking and being my natural self and having this conversation. Because right now I'm sitting with you, we're having a conversation. We're talking about something that is a challenge for anyone. It could be a challenge for you, it could be a challenge for somebody else. It was a challenge for me. All right. Now I'm going to tell you this. Monetization is not simple. It is hard. You need 1,000 subscribers, you need 4,000 watch hours. That can be tiring. That can be draining. That could be like, it is hard. You know what I'm saying? And if you do reach that, right, and you finally do, right, you got to think about it. You're going to now, your goal is to generate revenue. And it's like, that puts you in a space where it's like, you got to think even harder on how to create. So my advice, don't focus solely on the income aspect of YouTube. Focus on you set a goal for yourself. You're here, you got the camera, you got the idea. focus on just creating the content, not this monetization piece, because I think, it'll be great because not too many people become monetized on YouTube, but don't do it solely for income. I think at the end of the day, you focus on why you started. You wanted to create, you wanted to, let's say, get better at public speaking. You wanted to be able to talk to a camera. You wanted to reach a goal, or you wanted to talk about your story. Focus on that. Don't focus on these other things because they're really not important. I really appreciate y'all. Being a small creator is tough, but it doesn't have to be if we shift our perspective on where we're at. My videos get 10, 25, 1 views, 100, whatever it is. I'm content, and I think I'm happy for where things are for me right now. I'm just gonna keep going and keep growing. In any event, I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace.